I'm pleased to have on the Rich Eisen podcast now one of the best at his position, one of the best in the National Football League. He was the big fish of this year's free agent class. He's also a very smart guy. He went to Cal. Very charitable man. The Asamoah Foundation supports orphans and widows in need. And also, he's an actor. He was on Friday Night Lights. So he's got actor's good looks, which means all of this together, Nnamdi Asamoah, you may just be the dreamiest member of the dream team in Philadelphia. Did I get any of that wrong?
That was all over the place.
That was all over the place?
That was pretty good, though.
I mean, in terms of dreaminess, because, again, that's the only, I guess, metric by which we measure the Philadelphia Eagles right now is dreaminess and the dream team. It can't be too far off.
I'm so staying away from the dream team.
Are you really?
I know you're going to keep pushing it. I'm staying away from it.
How else are things in your transition to the Philadelphia Eagles right now?
It's going. It's going great. Coming from California, I think today was probably the best day because we just had an earthquake out here, so made me feel right at home. I'm from LA, and I don't know how it is out here, but I know we get earthquakes all the time, and so we were in the lunchroom, and it was Hugh Douglas. Actually, he was the first person to notice it. There's a bunch of guys in the lunchroom, coaches, players, and Hugh says, "Does anyone else feel that?" And then we just all paused, and then the place started shaking. It was pretty crazy, and of course I'm the only one with a big smile on my face. Everybody else is like, "Get out of the building!" Guys are running,
and you're homesick. Now you're feeling a little homesick right there. And in terms of just at your position with Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, Asante Samuel, and you, how is that working out just from that position alone?
The first thing that we all said was we have to get down these coverages and get down the scheme and the technique and how they want us to play it, because you can get into a game and it doesn't matter how talented you are, if you're not on the same page with the safeties and the linebackers, you can blow a coverage, and we've made enough mistakes throughout camp to where it's starting to come along and everybody's getting a better grasp of it.
If I may, I just want to revisit the sweepstakes portion of your July with the free agency. And I'd love to ask you what your week was like. How many, I guess, choices did you have, Nnamdi?
Well, first of all, it wasn't a week. It wasn't anywhere near a week.
How long ago was? How long was it?
It started on Tuesday, and the decision needed to be made on Friday. So there were guys that were making decisions on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, but it was such a big decision. You don't have the entire off season. It was the strangest thing about this year is you don't get to take visits and sit down and come back and talk it over and all that sort of stuff. So if you're telling me on Friday, let's make a decision, then I'm going to take up every bit of that time. I'm not going to jump the gun at all.
What do you say to people who heard what Jerry Jones had to say in terms of you wanting to be a Dallas Cowboy?
Well, nothing really. I'm at the team that I wanted to be on. If it were any other way, then I would have been on that particular team. I think that's pretty much all that needs to be said about it. There were obviously teams that were involved and teams that it came down to at the end, but the decision I made is where I wanted to be. Was there any possibility throughout any of this that you were going to stay in Oakland, or that was just a foregone conclusion, as many people in the media assumed? Definitely wasn't a foregone conclusion. I had no idea what was going to happen once the doors opened. Once that Tuesday came and teams were getting ready to be involved, I didn't know which teams it would be. At what point did the Eagles become involved? Because that one was beneath the media radar pretty much the entire time. That was a shocker. That was sort of the O. Henry-like twist at the end of this story, is it was a team that few people had heard about. Yeah, and I was in the same boat. They came in very late, and they've, the coaches and the GM, everyone here, they've said it. They had their plan and their strategy going, but and they were talking with my agent, so they knew when to come in and be a part of it. But on my end, even my agent, everybody kept it from me. You went to sleep that Thursday night not really even knowing that the Philadelphia Eagles were a possibility? Thursday night, I did know that the Eagles were
Okay.
a possibility. But I didn't know if it was, I didn't know how serious it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just like, you know, what if the Eagles? You know, it's
Right.
kind of like a what if the Eagles sort of thing. And then once
Interesting.
Friday came, it just started rolling.
You see, now what would have been really cool is if you had said that you didn't know about the Eagles Thursday night, and it came to you in a dream, and therefore the Eagles were